Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my, I see so many familiar faces who did so much to make today happen, and just want to thank in particular and recognize, first of all, our delegation, Harvey Peeler, Brian Lawson, Dennis Moss, and Steve Moss for contributing so much to the development of this site. We have some county council here. I see Tracy McDaniel, and I think we were expecting some others. If you're here, will you raise your hand? Want to thank county council for recognizing the official Cherokee 250, who has done a lot to make today happen, and again, the state for developing the site. Also recognizing some other dignitaries. We have Rick Wise, if you'll raise your hand, Rick, who is with the South Carolina Battlefield Trust, who has done so much here today, particularly helping with the interpretive signs, the historic signs you see on the paved path. If you came in the other way, be sure to check the paved path on your way out. And also Eric Barnes with the 250, and you'll meet General Grimsley, chair of 250, later on in the program. But in this moment, I want to introduce you to Rick Mann. Where's Rick? There's Rick. Rick has been awesome working with us as our historian, and want to share with you two publications. They'll be available shortly in links on our website and the Cherokee 250's website and the CHAP's website, because they are very important and have taken years in the development. The Taking of Fort Thickety books, a few more edits of these books, and then they'll be available for you. The Taking of Fort Thickety, we've had for many years. I've been with the Historical Society for 10 years, and we have had information about Fort Thickety here, there, and yond, but never pulled together in one document. So if you want to read the story about what happened here, all the story, then certainly this is the book you want to take a look at. And also, Rick has developed for us a document of all the historical sites, all of the Revolutionary War assets in Cherokee County, which we think are going to be exciting for leveraging our Rev War assets for tourism. Rick, also author of Ford the Pamphlet and other publications, and he is the new editor of the South Carolina American Revolution Journal, taking the helm from our dear beloved past chairman, Charles Baxley. And also we honor in this moment Doug Bostick with South Carolina Battlefield Preservation Trust, who is also no longer with us. Those are two people that made a lot of things happen for today and all over the state, and we want to honor them in this moment too. Thank you, Rick, for being here.
Thank you, Pam. Well, usually I do reenactments, and I don't have the availability of this high technology that you folks today seem to have, especially things like air conditioning. We wanted to make sure that you got to experience what I had to experience on this day 245 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this event. Special appreciation goes to these wonderful people and fine organizations whose unwavering belief in the importance of this site and trust in me to tell its story with accuracy and respect have made this moment possible. Thank you, Pam Kazel and Billy Pennington of the Cherokee Historical and Preservation Society, the American Battlefield Trust, South Carolina Battleground Preservation Trust, the South Carolina 250 Commission, historians, descendants, and fellow preservationists. As a writer of historical content and a researcher on a quest for accurate stories about our Revolutionary War ancestors, it was a great honor to be asked to investigate the significance of Fort Thickety and tell the true story. This day marks a monumental milestone, not just for me, but for all who cherish the accounts of our struggles for liberty. The official addition of Fort Thickety to the Liberty Trail is the culmination of much effort on the part of many. Since 1982, I have spent countless hours researching both in and outdoors, gathering information on what was once a thriving 18th century pioneer community known as Greater Grindle Shoals. Fort Thickety and much of the Packlet River Valley were part of a church-going collective of Scots-Irish settlers. Before their arrival, the Cherokee people considered this prime hunting land. Today, the surrounding area has been tamed. It is dotted with comfortable homes, extensive forests, and rich farmland. After exhaustive searching through archives, libraries, museums, pension records, articles, graveyards, books, genealogical sites, and family collections, an incredible story of courage and tenacity emerged. The story is about the people who lived here, their failures and triumphs, and their hard-won freedom from an oppressive government. Thanks to Fort Thickety's addition to the Liberty Trail, their contributions to our freedom will be remembered. Well, visitors participating in Liberty Trail activities will learn about the brave actions of our ancestors. They will follow in the footsteps of a combined patriot force of 600 Over-Mountain men and local Spartan Regiment militia, who through determination and perseverance took Fort Thickety from enemy loyalists. When it seemed as if British occupation forces were overrunning South Carolina, these patriots, led by the determined Colonel Isaac Shelby, carried out a daring surprise attack. They surrounded the fort at dawn, and through clever tactics involving intimidation and sheer guile, took Fort Thickety from the enemy without firing a single shot. You may read the story yourself on the newly placed signage. I encourage you to do that as you leave today. This seizure was crucial to the Southern campaign. It showed the backcountry resistance was not only alive but organized and effective, forces to be reckoned with. Many generations of our descendants will have the opportunity to learn about the courage and patriotism it took to form a new nation built on the principles of liberty and justice for all. This is our legacy, secured by the sacrifices of our pioneer ancestors. Thank you all for coming to witness today's event.
I just wanted to take a few minutes real quick. I mean, we do have some more activities throughout the day. Thank you so much to Cappy and the musicians today. Thank you all for coming out and just working with us over the last few months to get this planned. Everyone who's on this program, can I just say thank you to you all without starting to call names and forgetting one of them or 10 of them. So thank you all so much for everything that you've done, not yesterday, but this event's been going on for a number of years. And so there are a lot of people who have made that happen. I do need to recognize our board of directors for CHAPS, both past and present. If you would please raise your hand if you are a CHAPS board member, either past or present. Please thank them. There are so many blood, sweat, and tears that have went into this project. And they have really, just over the last 10 years plus, really committed to making sure that this happens. And that's not to minimize anything that anyone else has done, whether it's the state, the county, all of our volunteers. It's just such a community-wide and statewide project. I do want to remind you that we are in the midst of the 250th celebration for the entire nation. So there is a national 250th organization. Each state then has their own organization. So we have our South Carolina 250 organization, and Pam's here, of course, as our commissioner. We've had a couple of other SC 250 representatives here today. Tim Livesey is our local Cherokee County chairman. So Tim, thank you for being here representing Cherokee 250. And I do want to also say, if you were here 10 years ago when we first stuck a British flag on a cedar post and lowered it and raised it, just thank you for being here again today and for being here through all of these years, for all the support that you've given. Thanks again for being here today and for coming out, all your support for this project. There's more to come, by the way. So next year, and we come back to the 11th anniversary, then you'll see some more changes. There's additional things that are happening here on site. And I will say one name, Mike Tyler does not like to be recognized physically out here the last year doing a lot of the work that you see out here on this site. And he's been so critical to making sure we could be out here today. So thank you, Mike. Thanks, everyone.